Welcome to Real Estate in Real Time. I'm your host, Woody Zimmerman, here with Mark Skabowski of Remax Lakes, and welcome to the show.
Here we are. Good morning.
Good morning, and well, it's time for another market update. We got through another month of 2020.
Oh my gosh, this year has just flown away. It's been an interesting year.
Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, it just seems like when all this stuff started, February, March, April, it's like, when will 2020 be over? And boom.
I know.
It's going to be over here
I know.
soon.
It's coming soon. We're down to the last month.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hopefully 2021 will have some improvement,
Yeah.
As we've talked about through the year, not beyond real estate, but me personally, good Lord, lost the hearing in one ear. Freak accident, right?
Yeah.
Not even an accident, it just happened.
Yeah, right.
Ruptured a bicep tendon. This stinks getting old. That's
Yeah.
all I can say. All those years of weightlifting when I was a kid and, abusing my body, and everybody said, you're going to pay for that someday. And yeah, right. Well, guess what?
Yeah,
the old man's paying.
Yeah, and I'm right behind you, though. I mean, I'm not that far behind.
Oh, geez. So anyways, market update. As we've talked about all year, the real estate market has been hot. It's continued to be hot. We've been talking about it for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we've crested. I really do. It's beginning to slow down. What does that mean? So throughout the whole county, and again, this is the show where we talk stats. So those on the radio, guess what?
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to listen to some stats. Hopefully we'll make it clear and it won't be too confusing.
Okay.
So overall, the whole county is down 1% as far as units sold. Now, that isn't a huge number. It's only 9. Only 9 units.
Yeah.
So the county is down 1% in units sold.
Okay, now we're talking about in a year of COVID.
Yeah.
If you talk to 10 business owners, 100 business owners, and if they could say that their business was down 1%,
right,
they would be thrilled.
They would be thrilled in this
year,
environment.
They
Absolutely.
would be thrilled. So that to me is a
Absolutely.
huge win for the real estate market.
It is, and for those people that are buying and selling, it's been a great year. Volume sold, though, that's the big thing. And again, this is year over year, comparing 19, which was a really good year, to 20. The volume sold in the county was up 17%.
Yeah.
17%.
That's huge.
That's huge. Now, again, these are averages, and a lot of times you hear statistics quoted in median. Most people don't understand median, so that's why we're talking averages.
Yeah.
Average, I think we all get, and I don't mean to say, hey, people don't get it, but median is a more difficult concept to understand.
Right.
So basically, with an average, though, it can be skewed when you have 1 or 2 really large purchases in a relatively small sample size. So bottom line is the average price is up a lot, 17% year over year in the county. The volume sold. The average sales price up 18%. So exactly what we're talking about. The problem is inventory is down 10% year over year. So, that goes to that economic equation. Supply is low, demand is high, price goes up. That's exactly what we're seeing within the county. Now, the positive side to that for the Warsaw zip code, the one that we talk about, and the reason I do that is it primarily takes lake stuff out. Overall, year over year, up 6% as far as units sold. Now, again, that's only 17 additional.
Okay.
But that's 6% year over year. The volume sold up 9% year over year.
Wow.
The average sales price up 3%. Now that is more in line with what we saw pre this takeoff, this pre-run up that we've had since 18, 19. Back when I started, it would be 2, 3, maybe 4% a year is what we would get price appreciation, which is why many people think, and reasonably so, that owning a home is a way to increase wealth over time.
Yeah.
Because in general, homes do increase in value. And at this point, if you put money in the bank, how much interest do you get paid? Not a whole lot.
No, not a lot.
It's non-existent. Pennies.
Right.
Where if you could get 3 and 4% relatively stable growth, improvement in equity in your home, most people would be on board for that. So while this isn't the national number where they say, sales prices have increased 7% year over year. We've seen some of that. If you listen to some of the prior shows that we've talked about on these updates, we had 6 and 7% year over year price appreciation. I'm glad to see it. There's the guy that sells homes for a living. I'm glad for buyers, and I think hopefully sellers will get realistic and will price their homes where they need to be, not just throw it against the wall to see if it sticks.
Right.
So 3% year over year, that's still really good.
Yeah, that is good.
Price appreciation as far as the average sales price goes. I think the 3-bedroom that we generally talk about within the county, the average days on market up to 42 days. Within the county for a 3-bedroom.
Okay, because for the past couple of years, it's been about 30 days.
About 30 days. So
which is an amazing number.
A great number.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see that trend, that squeak up. And maybe I'm right for a change, when it comes to predictions. I've been saying each year, we'll never see this again, and we're seeing it. But I think we've crested that wave. I think we have crested the wave.
So days on market is slowing down a little bit.
Correct.
So that just means that the market overall is slowing down.
Overall, it's not. It's still a great market.
But it's a great market.
Yes.
But I mean, because it does slow down this time of year because
it does.
People are in their homes for the holidays. I mean, It's like they don't want to move right now.
Correct. It's a tough time to be selling in the fall.
Yeah, it is. Yep. It is. But so we're looking at 42 days.
42 days. That's in the county. Now in the Warsaw zip code, it's 31 days. Still cranking for 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
But overall, the average in the Warsaw zip code is 42 days. Now, again, that comes to pricing correctly as well. The average list to sale price is still 99%, 1% off. There are no deals to be had. You're not going to throw Grandpa's idea of offer 20% below list price and see what the seller will do. Because they're selling awful close to list price.
Yeah, because we're still doing multi-offers. I mean, we still have that situation going on.
Absolutely.
All right, going to talk more about this, and also you have some interesting facts from the National Association of Realtors. So we're going to talk about that coming up here next. You're listening to Real Estate in Real Time. Welcome back. You're listening to Real Estate in Real Time. I'm your host, Woody Zimmerman, here with Mark Skabowski of RE/MAX Lakes. And we just did a market update here as we are now in December. And so at the end of every month, we always do a market update. And the numbers are still just amazing that, that if you put a home up for sale, chances are it's going to sell pretty quickly.
It should sell pretty quickly. And if it doesn't, it's typically priced.
Yeah,
it's typically priced.
You're overpriced.
This time of year it does tend to slow, and there's articles running around out there. Everybody's always analyzing the market. What's it going to do? How's it going to happen? What's going on? Well, the data we're talking about is backward looking, but it is used to predict. So over the last 2 months, pending home sales nationally have decreased.
Okay.
Last 2 months, pending home sales have decreased. It's still great. It's still better than 19.
Yeah.
But it is slowing. We're starting to see. Now, what is that? What is that equilibrium point? We know inventory is light. There is not a lot of new inventory coming on the market. There's still relatively high demand. Relatively high demand. So buyers that are out there looking can't find homes that they want. They're waiting. They're not buying. Or they can't find homes that they want at the price that they want it. They're going to stay on the market. So that increasing days on market, when we're talking about that directly to sellers on the show here, is, hey, be real. Don't think you can just throw it out there and wait, and you're going to find a buyer that's going to, come up to your price. If your true intention is to sell that property, you still need to use the market data, use the market conditions, and adjust that price and get it sold, because there's still buyers there.
Well, and we talk about that there's not a lot of inventory. We talk about that a lot. And so my question always goes back to, why aren't builders just like scrambling to build more and more properties, more and more new homes?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of factors that come into that. Probably number one is cost. The cost of materials during COVID. Everything we buy, the price has gone up, right? In general, prices increase. Very rarely do prices drop, right? I mean, gas fluctuates, yes. But the cost of a gallon of milk, very rarely are you going to see it drop, unless it's a sale, right? A special. So the cost of materials have gone up, labor costs have gone up, the labor pool is declined. The number of people that actually want to be in the building trades has declined. Add to that COVID, people are afraid, if I go to work, am I going to get sick or not sick? And, we had the stimulus program paying people to stay home. It's a perfect storm for builders to not have employees to build properties.
I will say I have had more companies come to us, to the radio stations, to run employment ads this year than I can remember in recent years. I mean, it's forever.
Yeah. And overall, the unemployment rate has decreased. So, that stat I saw in our county is like 5.5%, which for 4.3 is full employment.
Yeah, that's
in
stellar.
general.
That's great.
So if you look at where we were in March to where, oh my gosh, the unemployment rate's 15%, to where now here we are, December, that's an amazing turnaround. But how does that impact the housing market? People have stayed, for the most part, employed. Income, still good. Interest rates are really low. And that's a double-edged sword. And I think that is compounding our inventory problem. Rates are so low, many people can buy. There's more people that can afford to buy.
Yeah.
So they're buying. Now, that word I just used, affordability.
Yeah.
That can afford to buy. I think affordability is going to be our issue. When you look at that average sales price for a 3-bedroom home in 46580, it is $172,000.
Okay.
For an average sales price for a 3-bedroom home. So that means a starter home for the average person, that's why we use 3-bedroom, is $172,000 a year. That's amazing. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
It's pretty high when you think a lot of people can afford 120, 130 when the average sales price of a 3-bedroom home is 170. I think affordability, and I've been preaching it all year, I think affordability is going to be the downfall or the slowdown.
Oh, okay.
Affordability is going to lead more to the slowdown, even more than what that inventory is. Inventory driving the price up, affordability. People, if you can't afford a house, you're not going to buy it. I think that's going to lead to more renters, more people. Which ultimately, what's going to happen there? Landlords are going to see that, and guess what? Rents will rise.
Oh.
I'm making a prediction. I'm Nostradamus right now, right? But I think it's going to happen. I think the affordability is driving people out of the market. They're going to sign leases, and ultimately those lease prices are going to go up, and we'll start the cycle over again.
So now, basically, if you are looking, it's still a good time to buy.
It is still a good time to buy. It's still a good time to sell. Not as good as it was this summer.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about do it.
Yeah. Then
That's what I would suggest.
Yeah,
yes.
Go ahead and do it. All right. Very good. Okay. Hey, Mark, your contact information?
Sure. Website's lakes-realtors.com. Phone number's 574-834-1233. I do put this up on YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel, the Mark Skabowski Team. You can go find us on there. Watch, and you get to see our ugly mugs once a week.
Yep.
One day we're going to get Raj on here.
Yes,
we're going to get him in there.
Yeah, we're going to get Raj. In here. Yeah. All right, very good.
I have a face for radio.
Yeah. So do I.
It's all good.
Yeah, you've been listening to Real Estate in Real Time. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.